Hello, and welcome to our daily devotion where we share this one thing from our revised common lectionary for Tuesday, September the 15th. My name is Pam Maston. I'm one of the associate pastors here at First Presbyterian Church of Fort Lauderdale, and thank you so much for joining me today. Did you know that the first European Christian was a woman whom God called to start a church in her home? Now, that's not the theme of this devotion, but it is true. Her name was Lydia, the open-hearted woman Paul encountered on a missionary trip. One of our lectionary passages for today, the Acts 16 passage, contains one of the most famous episodes of divine guidance, Paul's vision of a man of Macedonia. Paul's travel itinerary was interrupted and included the region of Macedonia, the place to which the vision had directed him. And as a result of this change in plans, one of Paul's favorite churches came into existence. That's where Lydia comes in. Paul actually met Lydia in Philippi, located in what is now called modern Greece. Philippi is a leading city in the region of Macedonia, and based on scriptural records, this appears to have been the first place Paul preached in Europe. Lydia was from Thyatira, a city in what is now Turkey. This city was known for its dyeing industry, famous for the purple goods it produced. Lydia evidently learned the trade in her hometown and brought her expertise to Philippi, as we're told in verse 14 that she was a seller of purple goods. We don't learn much about Lydia, but she clearly was a businesswoman and probably a woman of means, as she had her own home in verse 15. Now, in Philippi, there wasn't a synagogue. So Paul and his team found a place to worship and to pray by the river under the open sky. The text here says that there was a group of women who met there, and one of those listening was Lydia. And the text also says that the Lord opened her heart to respond to Paul's message. This one thing for today is that we must have a heart open to God, and who, what, where, and how can be surprising. Do you see what happened here? Paul had a plan that did not include Europe in this missionary journey. His itinerary was adjusted after he received his vision. And Lydia, bless her soul, was just trying to sell her purple goods. But she did have an open heart. Well, what is an open heart anyway? Well, an open heart becomes more attentive to hear God's word in a new way and to recognize God's presence in and around one's life. God opened Lydia's heart to listen eagerly to Paul's message about the good news of Jesus, and she responded. I wonder, do we listen eagerly to God's word? Do you and do I listen eagerly? Is it transformational in our lives the way it was in Lydia's? When I read this Acts passage today, I asked myself this question. Do I approach God's word with curiosity and wonder? Do I approach God's word with an open mind and with an open heart? Do you? Lydia didn't know it then, but her faith would lead to the establishment of a church at Philippi. And yes, it all started with an open heart. Friends, thank you so much for joining me today. Stay healthy, and we'll see you tomorrow.